A very important principle to making your life better, to shifting your reality, is to really understand that your energy strongly affects your reality. But you also want to really understand, really get that the old energy, your old state of being will not create a new outcome. It cannot create your new reality. And this is where the process of change begins. When you start to understand that I must change, I must become better, I must feel greater, I must have better thoughts, I must evolve mindset and my energy in order to become a match to greater opportunity, to greater potential, to greater experiences in my reality. I cannot live in lack and generate abundance. I cannot live in self-victim mentality and create amazing success and opportunities for myself. At some point, we have to choose. And so in this video, I want to deep dive in the principle of the law of resonance so that you can really understand how this works, but also why it is so important that you make that energy shift in your life if you want to start attracting and creating different things, better things in your life. So the law of resonance, you've probably already seen those tuning fork experiment, or maybe you've even done it at school way back, right? It's having that tuning fork, and if you hit it, and if there's another tuning fork that is calibrated at the same frequency, what's going to happen is that as you hit the first one, the second one will start to vibrate out of its own. But the moment you change the calibration on either one of those tuning fork and you hit it again, the second one will no longer vibrate with it. You can do the same thing with a guitar string. If you hit the D string on the guitar, if there's another guitar or a few guitars in a room, all of the strings will be vibrating at the same time. It's the same with people. You know, your vibe attracts your tribe. You probably already noticed in your life that you are attracting a certain type of individuals, whether it's the people you like, or also you're attracting certain people that you don't like, that piss you off, that makes you feel envious and jealous. So we are constantly emitting that information and drawing certain things back to us based on the energy that we send out. And the beauty is that now science has shown us that your brain and your heart, both of them emit an electromagnetic field that can go up to 5 meters around your body. And that field of energy carries information. Now, when you are in a state of fear or anxiety or hatred or envy, right, in one of those negative states, the energy field around you decreases. But not only that, but your brain and your heart become out of alignment, become incoherent. And the moment you shift to a state of mind of appreciation, of gratitude, of joy, of humbleness, or something more positive, your energy field expands much bigger, and your heart and your brain start to flow in alignment, in coherence. And this is very important because, again, energy carries information. So no matter the state you're in, no matter the energy and the state of being that you're in, most of the time, most naturally, you will be sending out certain information out into the universe. And based on that information, you will become a match in resonance with, a match to that information. So we all know people who are always angry, and that always seems to be attracting or creating certain situation in their life to piss them off even more. It's the same thing with, we all know people who are lucky, and always good things seems to happen to them. They always get lucky in some way, shape, and form, and they're not even trying. So all of this is to say that your energy is very important, because your energy carries out information. Now, the information that it carries out comes from your identity. This is something we talk a lot on the channel. Your identity is that concept that you know yourself, all the beliefs, all the thoughts, all the mental programs that creates that personality that you know yourself to be, right? That state of being, of consciousness, which you are. That becomes what we could call a vibrational identity that emits a certain frequency, a certain energy out in the world. You do mostly the same thing every single day in the same way. You think the same thought, you have the same attitude, you have the same words, the same expression, the same friends, you go to the same place, you do the same thing. Most of what we do every single day is habitual, meaning coming from subconscious programs. So this is that vibrational energy which you are emanating outside of you. And so you become in resonance with whatever you have in your field of energy. So if you want to start changing certain area of your life, certain things in your life, you cannot keep the same energy, you cannot keep the same anger and start to attract positive, loving experiences. You cannot fix your relationship in which you have so much fear and insecurity and try to create a loving, beautiful relationship. You cannot live in a place of abundance where you constantly focus and worried about money and financial lack and create abundance for yourself, because those things are complete opposite. They're completely different state of consciousness, completely different energy. And so the paradigm shift that we need to have is to realize that as long as I'm in that energy, it doesn't matter what I want. It's not who I am. So I must become it. So before I get the money, before I get the relationship, before I fix the things, before I get in that position which I want to be, I gotta demonstrate, I gotta embody, I gotta shift my energy. And to do that, you gotta need to shift the thoughts, the belief, the identity, and the emotions, your state of beingness, what you do, the decisions you make, so that you start to become a match, so that the energy and what you're emitting out is no longer the same as who and what you used to be. Now, all of a sudden, life being a mirror will start to reflect back different things to you because you have changed. The information that you're sending out, who you are being, has changed, and life will start to actualize that change in your life. We've all been through experiences where we've changed, we've grown, and we've become out of sync with certain people or group of individuals or certain things in our life, and they cannot just drop out. And then other things, other people, other situations, other things came in to replace that, because now we are in sync with that. We are in resonant with those new things or those new people and no longer with the other one. And so something else that I want to emphasize is that it's not enough to know. It's not enough to just know, I've watched this video, I've read this book, I've done that course, I know this information, right? In my mind, conceptually, I have the idea, I have the understanding, I have the awareness, but I'm not there yet in terms of how I feel, right? And a lot of people stop at the information stage. I'm gonna consume information, right? Hoping that in some way, shape, and form, it's going to lead to the change or to the reality that I want, or changing the situation that I no longer like. As long as you don't turn that information into an experience, meaning into how you actually feel, into how you actually behave, into how you actually think, into the decisions that you make, how you show up in your life, it is nothing more than dead information. It opens up your mind, it helps you understand certain concepts, it helps you create that awareness, but then you gotta live it, right? So if you just have certain new thoughts, but you don't really feel them, you don't really feel connected to them, you don't really have enough momentum behind them, enough energy, and you don't feel them basically, this is a clear indication that you're not there yet energetically. So you gotta condition yourself, right? But also your energy never lies. So if you go in a situation and you react emotionally or in form of energy in the old way, meaning there's a contraction, meaning there's anxiety, meaning there's fear, your body doesn't lie, your energy doesn't lie. It will show you the truth in that moment of your subconscious perception, because most of our perception, most of our thoughts are subconscious. So your body, your energy will always reflect back to you where your state of being is, and that can give you clear evidence, clear feedback into how I need to continue to shift myself, shift my thoughts, shift my program, self-correct. So the question might be, how do I do that? There's a few different ways. It's a process based on where you are, what you want to do, and what's happening. But here's a few things I invite you to do and research on or explore on this channel. The first thing is self-correction. I cannot allow the old thought, the old program, the old limiting belief and ideas to remain true in my consciousness, to remain at the center of my focus and attention. So I gotta let go of the old thought, and I gotta start to train myself to think in a different way, right? And this is important in breaking the old program, because if the old program is still there, it's going to carry out the same result. So you need to train yourself to a new mind. Also, you want to start to let go of any subconscious repressed emotion like shame, like embarrassment, like fear, like guilt, like any form of old emotions that triggers you a lot, that brings a lot of emotional suffering for you. It's time to cut the bags. It's time to let the past go, because you cannot carry the subconscious program, the subconscious emotions with you in the future without having them pollute your experience and attract things that are a match to those emotions. Another thing that you can do, and I strongly invite you to do, is to practice gratitude to help you start to focus on what life has to offer, what you already have, and all the things that life has to give you. This is to train your focus. This is to train your attention. Another thing is exercising and meditation. Moving the body can really help you shift and raise your energy. Meditation can help you gain control of your mind, of your thoughts, but also raise your energy in phenomenal ways. And so those are a few things that I invite you to explore, that I invite you to do, that I invite you to try and really work on. Ultimately, remember, your energy never lies. How you live your day, how you go through certain experiences, especially in the area of where you want to create change, notice how you really feel. Notice what you want to create and ask yourself, am I still living in the old way? Am I still feeling the same old emotion? Am I still allowing the same old thoughts, the same old decisions, the same old behaviors to go unnoticed? And if you do, this is your opportunity to self-correct, to go into a new state of being, into a new energy, and to become somebody greater, so that you can start creating and attracting different things in your life. And when you do it over and over and over again, what's going to happen is that it's going to become natural and habitual. And this is the process of using the law of resonance, but also understanding how your energy really shapes your reality, and why you cannot let the old energy create your new reality, because it's just not going to work. Let me know what you think down in the comment. Thank you for watching this video. Hit the subscribe button if you want to see more of this type of video, guys. I'll see you next time. Be well.